Let's begin with who Vuyokazi Menye is, Heidi, and how she was treated at the PIC, suspended and then basically paid to go away.
So she was the chief head executive of the IT department, and she worked at the PIC from 2016 until close to the end of 2017. But her evidence today very much corroborated with what we heard yesterday from Simphiwe Maisela, who was actually the head of IT security. But how it all started was from these emails that were sent by an alleged whistleblower by the names of James Nogu. And she was told by the CEO then, Dan Machila, to investigate these emails, but not the contents of the emails. And the contents of the emails are, they're basically saying that Dan Machila had given his alleged lover a loan. He wanted the IT department to find out who James Nogu is. So she went forward and she took the necessary steps to find out who he was, and the police said, actually, we would rather want to investigate the allegations against Dan Machila instead of actually finding out who he is. Long story short, she was then suspended with immediate effect because she was not doing what the CEO had been asking her to do, because she was saying this is going completely against the IT governance policy that we have here at the PIC, and I don't feel comfortable in doing this. She was suspended, and later on she was paid off to basically leave, because she said that if she decided to stay and she fought to stay, it was just going to be an unpleasant environment for her.
And CEO Dan Machila and the allegations that he'd given a woman who was his lover some sort of loan, that's been a long-running PIC controversy. We heard at some point there was a report that said, in fact, this was not his lover, or there'd been no proof found that they were dating. But from what we've heard at the inquiry, Dan Machila was so irritated, so upset by these emails that we are told he started spying on staff.
It actually led to that point. So while the investigation was ongoing, Dan Machila got in forensic teams and different firms to investigate these emails and to investigate who it could possibly be that was sending these emails to the PIC staff and the PIC executives. Later on, it emerged that an administrator had been created and that the IT system had picked up, which Menye then went to Dan Machila and said, actually, we found this very suspicious account. He later on said that that is in fact me. I have started that because I want to figure out what is going on between emails that are being sent between PIC staff. And she said that that was actually an indication that he had been spying on the PIC staff, because there was a lack of trust. He was trying to figure out whether it was somebody within the PIC. I mean, you heard her say that, they indicated to Dan Machila that this is somebody within, because the information that is being leaked, it is very confidential information, and a hacker cannot do that. And she was saying that he basically was spying on staff. He was doing things behind, the IT department's back. He was getting firms in and basically going against the governance policy and the IT policy that the PIC worked by.
I'm curious about this aspect, Heidi, because in a lot of the testimony that we've heard, Dan Machila is not painted in a very glowing way. Did he have any allies at the PIC, any enforcers who helped him do all the things he's said to have done?
Well, so far what we've heard from this commission, as you rightfully say, that the manner in which he conducted a lot of board meetings, handled many situations specifically around these emails with James Nogu, was not conducted in a professional manner, if I can put it that way. He did work with a few people. Not a lot of names have been mentioned, but in terms of getting people suspended and then dismissing them, he would always get the IT executive to give the letter to Menye or Maisela or whoever it might have been that needed to be suspended. And his frustration started with those emails, because obviously his name was being tainted really badly, giving a loan of 21 million, or whether it was 21 million or 300,000 to an alleged lover. I mean, those are quite serious allegations, given the fact that it is an asset manager that controls over 2 trillion rand of assets, specifically government employees' pension funds. And these allegations are being thrown around. So that frustration obviously emerged from there. And he obviously had his allies and he had his people that supported the fact that he believed and he wanted to put out there that he was not guilty of doing that.
So where do we go from here?
So we resume on Monday. We unfortunately do not know who testifies because all witnesses have been placed under witness protection because of these threats that have been circulating. But it's very interesting to see that this week we focus specifically on the IT department, which is a very important department within any organization, specifically the PIC, where very confidential information is at hand and possibly could be leaked.
Heidi Jacos, ENC reporter, thank you.